Every customer service group in the country from a distribution standpoint is looking at orders coming in and seeing if these guys never ordered sanitizer or gloves or straws or wrapped straws or any of these things from us before, and now they're ordering 3-4 cases, they're getting knocked down to 1. Hello everyone out there in restaurant world. Are we having fun today? It's the 17th of March, 2020. Most of the restaurants on the West Coast, some in the East Coast, Midwest, a lot of them are restricted to delivery only. That's pretty crazy. This COVID-19 coronavirus pandemic has been spreading throughout the United States, and it has made a major impact. It has had a major impact on the restaurant business. Are we having fun yet? I'm a distributor. In case this is your first time watching this podcast or listening podcast, watching the video, I'm a distributor, and we are taking a massive hit right now as well. So we are with you. You're not alone. I promise you that. So I just got off of a call. We're in the process of onboarding a national chain account, and the conversations were very interesting. So we were supposed to do an in-person meeting to do the onboarding and initial introductions from my team and our company as a distributor to the restaurant group, to the customers. And we ended up doing it over Teams, which is very interesting. Everybody's in self-quarantine or 50 people or less mode throughout the country. So we wanted to respect that and have a Teams meeting instead. So that's happening everywhere. A couple of the most interesting things that I took from this call, and this is why I wanted to jump on and record a quick episode, because I have another call, state of the company, at 1:30 today. It's 1:19, so this has to be very quick. But I wanted to record this and get this out quickly because a lot of people are panicking, are very concerned about where their sales are coming from, and I just wanted to say everyone's going through it. And everybody has creative solutions to drive sales in the delivery or the takeout area. So start thinking that direction, start thinking that way. I know your dining room might be closed, but you are still able to market using social media, using your website, maybe reduce your menu. And so here are a few ideas that we're getting tossed around. So just as an overview, dining rooms across most states are going to be closed. There will be bans in all major cities and across most states within the week. If it's not already in your area, expect it. It's coming. So get ready for that. Be ready for that. That means you might have to pull back on employees or move some full-time employees to part-time. That's completely your decision as an operator, but just start thinking about it. We are seeing in our region, actually, we're now confirming across the United States, we're seeing between a 35 and 50% drop in restaurant sales, even with the increase in drive-through and takeout. So be prepared for that as well. Our number that we're seeing, 35, 36%, that's the average, is what we've seen so far. But we are also, the ban just went into effect in most of the regions that we sell into at midnight last night. So we're going to see something happen this week that really sets the tone for the next few weeks, possibly few months. Just wrap your mind around it. The thing that we're looking at as a distributor is shelf life on the product that we have in hand. We have gone back to, and customer groups have reached out and asked manufacturers if they can do some microbial testing and possibly get extensions on shelf life. So from their quality assurance team, they can actually go in and see if the product is usually marked as a 3-week use by. Maybe there's enough extension on it to get it to a 4-week, depending on if it would be, if it doesn't jeopardize the quality or obviously the food safety aspects. So that's something that we have been looking at and thinking about. It's very hard, very challenging to try and figure out where people are going to be focusing their purchasing. A lot of our restaurant customers are going to a limited menu, and that is also very challenging because now we have excess of some items and a surplus of other items. Secondly, what we're thinking about and what we're running through as a distributor is route consolidation. So if we are normally going in delivering 20 different restaurants on one truck, and now 5 of them are closed, we have one truck delivering 15. So we need, for full capacity purposes, to fill up the truck entirely, we need to find 5 other restaurants off of another route. So we're looking at 3, 4, 5 routes and seeing if we can pull those back to 2, 3, 4 routes. Another thing that we are very focused on is reviewing for the remainder of the week what restaurants are closed and the volume of sales, volume of orders that are coming in, and seeing if there are ways that we can consolidate to 1 delivery per week. Or if a restaurant usually gets 3 deliveries, can we consolidate that down to 2 deliveries per week? So we are working with customers, individual customers and customer groups to make sure that they are okay with it. If we're seeing 40% below sales, we'll see 40% less full routes, and we need to make sure that it works for us and for them. So far, the idea has been received well, and a lot of our restaurant customers are actually asking for 1 delivery per week or 1 less delivery per week. So a few action steps for you. This is probably why you came here and why you're listening to me talk about our struggles as a distributor. Like that's the focus on your mind. If you have a website, it would be good to implement a prompt, a pop-up when somebody's putting in a takeout or delivery order that, hey, do you need napkins? Do you need cutlery? Do you need any utensils? Because you'll be surprised. A lot of people are finding it wasteful, and consumers are actually speaking out. Hey, there's no need to be putting this plastic cutlery in my to-go order. So if you're taking the orders over the phone, ask those questions. You might be saving a lot of overhead on cutlery and utensils, and they might not even want it. And if you have a website where somebody's putting their orders in, see if you can get a note attached to that. So that's one thing to think about. Think about your marketing as a whole, and on social media, letting people know, when we talked about this in another video, letting people know you're open, finding your megaphone, letting them know what you're doing to make sure that you're supplying them food, and if you are helping the community that you are working in, what are you doing there? Lastly, the marketing aspect of what your message is saying on the website. If you have narrowed down your menu, let people know that you're doing it to consider waste and to better turn out good quality product through the drive-through or through delivery. And that's temporary. You can put whatever message you're thinking, but just be transparent, be honest, and get your message out. If you are doing that, if you're pulling back, this is the last thing that I'll say. If you're pulling back your menu to a limited menu, you want to let your distributor know ahead of time, because we usually, if there's going to be a inventory change at all, an item's coming off or an item's being added, we usually need 2 to 3 weeks minimum to ramp up inventory or to use up some product. So make sure you're getting ahead of that, letting your sales rep or your distributor, account manager, whomever know that that's your plan, and ask, is this something we can do? On the same note with that, if you are buying gloves and wrapped straws, Clorox sanitizer, I know everyone's probably out of stock on that by now, but get ahead of it. Let your sales rep know, let your distributor know, and make sure that you are not pulling excess product, because at this point, every customer service group in the country, from a distribution standpoint, is looking at orders coming in and seeing if these guys never ordered sanitizer or gloves or straws or wrapped straws or any of these things from us before, and now they're ordering 3, 4 cases, they're getting knocked down to 1. Or we might give them a phone call to say, hey, this is a new item for you and we just don't have the inventory. So we're trying to mitigate that as much as possible, but you will run into some hurdles if you're trying to order in excess. It's like the run on toilet paper and water that you see at Costco and at other stores right now. So that's it. I got to jump on this call. Stay safe, plan ahead, communicate with your distributor. Everybody's in this. It's not just you. You're not alone. Peace and love. Thank you.